YouTube, salute. Kofi back again. Another interview, man. We got one of the best rappers out here in America right now. He's representing Flint, Michigan, man. The Midwest, holding it down. Man, when you talk about bars, when you talk about lyricism, when you talk about mastery, this person right here, I mean, he's beyond what the comprehension level can take. And it's so
Wow.
great to see hip hop is resurrected like Hey Roo. And I'm so thankful to have him on the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and enemy, the one and only John Connor.
Thank you, man. I am humbled by that introduction, man. Thank you.
No problem, no problem. So before we do anything, how are you doing in general? I gotta ask that. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know, it was like a week ago. It was like 4 days in a row that was kind of rough with all of the COVID and the race relations that was going on. It's like, we all can do our best to try to stay positive, but I kind of went through it for a little minute. It was like a lot, you know what I'm saying, just to absorb everything that's currently going on in the world. But, God got me over that hump, you know what I'm saying? And I just started getting back and focusing on more music. And that's music has kind of been what's keeping me in a positive space with everything that's going on in the world. And just trying to stay in a positive space, and music has been doing that for me. But it was a couple days like last week where it was just like a lot, because you can't go anywhere without seeing something on the news or on social media about race relations or COVID-19 or something crazy that our government is doing. So just I think it's a trying time for all of us as human beings right now. So the best thing that we could do is just find things that keep us in a positive headspace so we can try to keep each other lifted through all of this.
That's right. You're right about that. And, music is therapeutic, so that's a beautiful thing. Anybody that's out there dealing with this time, I just wish the best for everybody. Like I said, I spoke about it on my channel. Mental health is imperative. So please, we gotta do the best we can because it's beyond what people can imagine. A lot of people never thought it would be like this, but this is where we at, and I know that there's always some unfinished business. Um, Before we begin to jump in anything, can you let the people know? There's people that watching this gonna be like, "Oh my God, John Connor." Yes, but the people that do not know John Connor, can you tell them a little about you, please?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Born and raised in Flint, Michigan. For those that don't know, Flint is probably like 45 minutes to an hour away from Detroit. If you have heard anything about Flint, Michigan, it was probably the water crisis that my city's going through, where you know there's lead in the water, and it's just such a ordeal. And that was kind of like what we got put on the map for in most recent times. But just a artist, producer, songwriter, started doing my thing far as on a national level probably like 2010. But I had been doing my thing and making music since I was 12 years old. Was writing and producing music and making my own CDs all through high school. And that's how I financed created my home creating my first studio. Was I would go to in high school, just sell my little mixtapes and my CDs. Built that. Then at that point, man, I started traveling and doing the hand to hand, giving out CDs. You know what I'm saying? Taking the Greyhound, doing whatever I had to do to get anybody's attention. And so that part of my life started in about 2005 with my first project, The Calling. And then at that point, I just kept grinding and grinding. And like I say, on the national level, partnered up with my big brother Mateen Cleaves. We started our own company, All Varsity Music Group. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. So then we were grinding, doing our thing. Got the attention of Dr. Dre. Signed the Aftermath in 2014, 2013, 2014. I spent 5 years there, you know what I'm saying, studying under Dr. Dre and learning and writing and helping with the creative process over there. And then after that, after my time spent there, it was like, you know what, I'm ready to take everything that I learned during this time at Aftermath and put that toward younger artists, because I want to give back. I want to contribute. You know what I'm saying? And I've always loved the production aspect. I love being an MC and I love being a writer, but I'm a producer first. I'm a musician first. So it was like just taking all of that information that I learned from Dre, from watching him, but then also just taking just the God-given talent that I was born with, collaborating those things together, restarting this company up. And now, man, I'm just in that space of, all right, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to put other artists on. I'm ready to produce whole projects. I'm ready to let Flint, have a sound and bring it to the world. I want to just give my city a sound of their own. I want to do that Berry Gordy Motown shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And just keep giving, the world artists and giving the world bodies of art from where I come from that tells our story.
That's right. That's right. And that's big to be on Aftermath and working under like Dre's not only a pioneer, we can call him like a black Mozart and as a
Hmm.
producer. So many hits and so many things he has done for hip hop rap. So I know that was probably so much knowledge you gained working from him there.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely, man. Once in a, is truly a one of a kind experience, man.
That's good, man. And like I said, I read before, like you said, about Aftermath Records, and I know you're not on Aftermath Records.
Mhm.
You wish, I mean, be honest, you wish you probably could have, like, dang, I wish I would have maybe released the album on that record label, or it's just more like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, I'm a spiritual person, and I believe that everything happens for a reason. If it would have been meant for me to put out a record on Aftermath, it would have happened. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't, and I believe in God's divine timing. God, Allah, the Creator. Like that's how I live my life. Is I don't try to figure everything out. I roll with the punches. I do what I'm supposed to do, and whatever the Creator has in store for me, I rock and roll with that. So I don't do a lot of regrets or wishing or things like that. Like I just roll with the punches, man. Like whatever things are as they are for a reason. You know what I mean?
Ashe, Ashe, and that's beautiful. And shout out to Dr. Dre, y'all. Just want to say shout out to him in general because, like I said, that's a blessing in disguise for John Connor to work with him and so many other artists that work with Dr. Dre. So you can say like Royce the 5'9", Kendrick. So many goes down the list. So shout out to Dr. Dre.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. What I tell people about my time there was like college, you know what I'm saying, with one of the greatest to ever do it. What better teacher could you have than, Dr. Dre? And it's funny, me and him, we just spoke last week, caught up and talked and shit, like, you know what I'm saying, just about what each other was doing and just catching up, man. So it was like, it's a beautiful thing, man. I learned so much from my time there, and all of those things that I learned while I was there, I'm just looking forward to putting it into the artists that I'm working with and back into my own company, our Varsity Music Group.
that's right. That's right. Beautiful, beautiful. Um, who are some of your favorite scholars, heroes growing up? Why? I'm just curious.
Man, favorite scholars and heroes. It varies, man. Of course, Muhammad Ali. Of course, I'm big on Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on, man, just all people, anybody that kind of, because here's the thing. When you're an entertainer, you can either take one of two directions. It could be, I'm an entertainer, I'm not a role model, I'm here to get the checks, and that's it. Or you could look at it as, I'm an entertainer and I have the ear of the people, and people look up to me and I can make a difference. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been inspired by entertainers that take the role of activists, or just teachers, or just the ones that put that role and responsibility on themselves, like a Tupac. You know what I'm saying? He could have just been a rapper and not cared, but what makes him transcend, just music, was that he had a genuine love for people, and he used his platform to educate people. He used his platform to try to enlighten people. So there's so many people that I look up to and that I try to take little pieces from, but I'm so inspired by those that do that. And I mean, of course, it goes without saying, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Minister Farrakhan, Neely Fuller Jr. Who else do I listen to a lot? Neely Fuller. If people aren't up on Neely Fuller, I really think that they should be.
Mhm.
Um, I'm trying to think of who else. Honestly, like I say, Minister Farrakhan. I could listen to Farrakhan and Neely Fuller talk for hours, man. But those are just a few, man.
Yes, beautiful. And like I said, if you haven't checked out, please, Nilly Fuller Junior book, man, one of the it's like a Bible, and it's in my library behind me right now. You
So
definitely,
you okay? So you up on Nearly Fuller,
yes.
bruh?
So yeah, I was introduced to Neely Fuller when I was in undergrad. I was a Africana Studies major, so
Okay.
I know.
That's awesome, man. I really, yeah, dog. Like you say, he be preaching the gospel.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
the 9 tenets of white supremacy. He really breaks that down.
breaks it down, breaks it all the way down.
Yes, for sure. Next, are there any books you're currently reading right now, and were there any like book or books that changed your perception of life? I know we just talked about Nelly Fuller, but just in general, overall.
You know what? Napoleon Hill's To Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
I thought you know what I did. Somebody gave me a friend of mine named Jason Monk, a really good friend of mine that I grew up with, gave me that book. Always thought that was a powerful book. I'm trying to think any other books that really like changed my life. You know, I don't know. I'm more of a visual person. You know what I'm saying? So I would say more so I will go I'm just gonna go with To Think and Grow Rich because that was the one that kind of made me be like, oh, it made me kind of understand things that I had already been doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it just confirmed, like, okay, so I'm on the right path with the way that I'm thinking. So I'll just throw that one out there.
Okay, no problem, no problem, no problem. Everybody wants to know who is John Connor away from the microphone, man. Who is he?
Yeah, you know what? I was just talking the other day about person versus persona, you know what I'm saying? And that a lot of times people confuse the two. But I don't know. It's so weird, man. When people meet me, they the one of the most commonly heard things that I hear is that, man, you are so soft spoken. You know, as a person, Jan Freeman, the person, I'm kind of, I don't do a lot of talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm really kind of soft spoken. I was really shy when I was a kid. You know, I think that all of everything that I want to say comes out on the mic. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of observing in my regular life. That's how I can write the records that I write because I don't spend a lot of time talking. I'm just observing and I'm taking in information. So who Jan Freeman is as a person, man, aside from John Connor on the mic, is somebody who is just cool, like to laugh, pretty quiet, you know, until I warm up to you, and then I could talk to you for days. Man, always been a fan. I'm a big movie fan. I love film. Um, I want to get into writing film and writing television. It's funny we just talked about books. I definitely want to write books myself. Man, just that's me, man. Just a cool cat. Grew up watching WWE, huge
Yeah,
wrestling fan. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I'm a wrestling nerd, man. I'm what they would call back in the day like a nerd, man, because I just was always into artsy things. You know what I'm saying? And on the mic, I don't know how I come off. That's what's really funny is I don't know what I come off like to other people that don't know me, but it's like that's just who I am as a person. I'm an artist. I'm chill. I'm cool. I'm quiet. I love to have deep discussions with people. I love to learn from people, and that's who I am, man.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Thank you for even telling us, man. We appreciate this so much. Like I said, because this I have a lot of people on my channel. I have over 10,000 subscribers, and I have like if I look at my analytics and it tells me by like the countries, the top countries, we talking about Canada, Ghana, South Africa, the UK, Spain, Australia, New Zealand, Brazil, Jamaica, Barbados, Finland. These are some of my top countries. So these people are going to actually dive into this. Of course, the US is number one, but the other countries, they really dive into everything I do. So I'm just so thankful that they're able to hear you talk, and if they haven't got a chance to even hear your music, this is the perfect time. And get into your album. SOS came out 2 months ago, everybody. This album, and I said it on my channel, I did a review about it. This is my favorite hip-hop album of 2020.
Wow.
Not rap album. Rap album I'm giving that to Freddie Gibbs. But hip-hop, this is by far. At first, I was like, R.A. the Rugged Man. But when you drop, I said, hold on, what? Like, yo. I was amazed because I was like, R.A. did his thing. But I was like, I was just impressed. I'm talking about the multi-layers of positivity, the
Thank you.
authenticity. I was
Thank
just
you.
like, wow, I was blown away. And can you tell us a little about SOS and how long did it take you to actually um put this all together?
Well, the interesting for one, thank you so much, and to everybody from other countries that's watching this right now. Much love to y'all. Like much love to y'all. Much love to y'all, man. For real. Yes, salute, salute. The thing about SOS that's funny is so when I was leaving Aftermath, is like I didn't get to keep any of the music that I made while I was there, which nor did I want to, because it's like I felt like, being signed to a label, when you're signed to them, that's their music. You know what I'm saying? It's like you agree to that whatever you create during that time period, that's theirs. And I wanted to honor and respect that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That, it's theirs to do what they want to do. So when I was leaving there, I was literally starting all the way over. You know what I'm saying? I had to, literally just create from the ground up. You know what I mean? Like there was no leftover records, no nothing. This was a completely new album, new production, new everything. So I mean, man, the process of making it, man, I don't even know what word it was fulfilling in a lot of different ways, because it was like I was going for a minute for the fans that had kind of came up listening to me. So I wanted to be able to give them, the answers that they were looking for. Like, where's John Connor at? You know what I'm saying? We've been missing John Connor. And then for the people who are just now getting turned on to me, I wanted to kind of tell my story to them, if this was their first time hearing it, as a way of motivating them and letting them know that no matter what you go through, your journey is not over unless you quit. You know what I'm saying? It's like I wanted to fully dig deep into, who we are as human beings. That is like, yo, it's not over. You might go something and through something, and no matter how hard it is, that is just to make you stronger and to prepare you for whatever blessings is coming your way. So it's like, that little pit stop that you go through, or whatever little roadblock happens, is supposed to be there so that you learn how to deal with whatever's waiting for you on the other side. And I think that that's, for the most part, what the whole SOS project was about. It was me telling the people my story of the roadblocks that I've went through and how I'm going to continue to keep pushing forward. And hopefully that motivates everybody that listens to it.
That's right. And everybody, like I said, please check out SOS. It's on all music platforms. Purchase it, stream it. Follow John Connor on Twitter, IG. I'm just putting that information out right now. Of course, I will say
Thank
it
you.
later
Thank
again,
you.
but I just
Thank
want to
you.
let you know, please, man, this album right here, you need to listen to it. It's what hip hop needs right now, especially what's going on all in the world,
Thank
dealing with
you.
the social injustice. To me, this is like the best motivation album I listen to when I work out, besides Stickman to work out too. These are the two albums I listen to back to back when I'm working out, because it puts me in the zone. So my subscribers and people that come on my channel always know I'm going to be always honest. I'm not going to just say it just to, okay, yeah, go listen to the album. It's like, man, what the hell
Right.
is this? No, but to be honest, I want to dive into some of these tracks, man. Okay, first
Let's
track.
do it, man. Let's do it.
Okay, some
And
of
again, before you do that, thank you. Like I say, man, my mama raised me right. Whenever somebody give me a compliment, I have to say thank you. Because art is subjective. So it's like I never just assume people are gonna like what I do. It's like I get to a point where I like it, and then I give it to the people. And it's like, so for you to appreciate, the time and the hard work that I put into the art and have an appreciation for it, I am truly humbled, man. Thank you.
you're very welcome. You're very welcome, my brother. I appreciate you too. So many tracks, the whole album, I love it. Now I'm only gonna pick four tracks only
Sure.
because these are the tracks I know by heart. Trust me, I love the whole album. But Words to My Younger Self, I love
Yes.
that track. How
Thank
you
you.
talk to your younger self is like almost like you wish you can kind of go back and give those messages of what you know now. And I've always talked about that. So like, man, what I know now, if I could go back and
Yes.
just plant those seeds. When you was making Words to My Younger Self, was that something you probably wanted to reflect? Like, you know what, if I knew the information I knew now, or is this more just saving the future, preparing them for a better life of a road ahead of them?
It was all of that. It was, what would I have said to the me that didn't know no better? You know what I'm saying? And then now I'm understanding that there is a generation who needs those words right now. So I can't go back in time and save my younger self. but I can save the generation of 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds that are living right now. If they listen to that record, I can help them not go through the things that I went through and not go through and experience the pitfalls that I went through. And the thing about that too is that's why I have my artist Ace Cabana on the album, because now he's starting his journey in hip hop. So it's like he's the representation of the younger me, the younger artist that I wish I could have talked to. So now it's almost like I'm sitting down and I'm putting him on the track like, okay, this is your start in hip hop. You're about to go through so much. And it was important for me to have that be the first song that I introduce him to the world on, because it's like I want him to take heed as well to everything I said, because that record symbolizes his beginning of the journey within this music thing, man. So that was, man, thank you so much for the compliments on that joint, but that's exactly what it is, man.
You know, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. I love hearing that because, you know, I'm married and I don't have children yet, but we're in the process of trying to bring, you know, life into this world. And I always tell myself that everything I went through, I want to educate and empower my children. I want to tell them these are all the mistakes I've made. I want to be honest with them. I want you to be trillion times better than me. I want you to carry on beyond what our ancestors could have never did, because we came here for them, because you are an ancestor reincarnated. So I always want to talk like that. The next track, The Code. Yo! Man!
Okay.
That right there, I was like, dude, is he reading my mind, all the stuff I went through in my
life? Man, thank you, man. Thank you.
That right there, I think people don't understand. There's a code to a lot of things. There's a code to brotherhood, loyalty, having a queen, respecting your queen, knowing your queen has your back and you have her back, that y'all unison. Nobody's not breaking that up. You know, and understanding that she needs to watch for you and you watch for her. I do the same thing with my wife. I'll be like, babe, and she, you know, it took her a while because she's never had a man move like that.
Right.
But now she tells me, she's like, I appreciate you because you ahead of schedule. I said, that's his street savvy. And just like I know she's intellectually savvy, so we have to balance each other out because we are the Asar set. We have to be like that.
Absolutely.
But please, y'all, check out The Code. I don't want to spoil that for y'all, but if you want to talk about it just a little, just to make them, you know, give it some references or understand what's that really about.
Well, absolutely. And shouts out to my man DJ Silk, who produced The Code, and then he did a phenomenal job, man. From the first time I heard that beat, I fell in love with it. And The Code is just really, the first verse I would say is when we grow up in the hood and we grow up in impoverished areas, we live by a certain street code, but there's no real definitive rules to it. It's all just us all guessing, and that causes problems, right? So a thing that we say in the hood is such and such is a real nigga, right? So it's so much problems just within that statement. First of all, nigga is a word with a negative connotation, you know what I'm saying, in the first place. So you're already starting behind the 8 ball with that. So how can you be a real something negative, but it means positive, right? So for me, but it was like, you know what? Let me try to encompass, or let me try to figure out what we're all trying to say when we say that. You know what I'm saying? So we can stop having confusion, because it's like, what I mean by that is like, think about it. What makes somebody a real nigga to one person may not be the same for another person. I've heard such ridiculous stories growing up. Like, I heard a dude one time tell me that if he has sex with his homeboy's girlfriend, he's being a real nigga because he's exposing how this woman ain't shit. And I'm like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo.
So it's like, so I'm like, how does that make you real? You ain't my mans if you do that to me. So it's like, for me, it was like, let me try to set some guidelines, or let me try to break it down for all of us that grow up in the hood, in my opinion, because what you're actually saying and what you're looking for when you say real nigga, what we really all should try to be doing is try to be a real man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of being real niggas, we need to just try to be real men. So just speaking in the vernacular that I grew up around, just with saying nigga so much in the first verse, is like, it's almost like I'm frustrated with them and the word. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, really what we need to be is real men. And in my opinion, and how I grew up and how my dad and my grandfather taught me, these would be the things that make you a real man. And same thing with the second verse with being a queen. Like, it's like, how many songs are out right now where women is, I'm a bad bitch, I'm a bad bitch. What if I just want a good girl? Like, you know what I'm saying? What if I don't want a bad bitch? Like, you know what I'm saying? And why is it that, especially in the Black community, these words, nigga and bitch, we are reaffirming this to ourselves over and over and over again. We keep calling ourselves something negative and trying to get something positive out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I want me a wife. I'm a real nigga. Well, dog, your wife is out there. If you're looking for a wife, she's out there looking for a real man. Yeah. And then on the same token, women, I'm looking for a husband. Shit, I'm a bad bitch. Well, if there is a husband out there for you, he's looking for a real woman. Mm-hmm. Like, you feel me? So it was just like, man, let me try to set some guidelines and some codes to what we all should strive to want, at least from my perspective. So that first verse being for the men and all of us that grew up in the hood, and then the second verse is for the women. It's like, yo, sometimes we don't want a bad bitch. Sometimes we just want a queen. Sometimes we want to lift you up on that pedestal. And for women, it's like, let me let you know what a real man would want from a woman. And as a man, in that first verse, is like, this is how I judge somebody that's real.
Yes. Yes, thank you for the breakdown. The next track, Black, and I did a reaction to that. His new video just came out. It's on my channel. Please check out the reaction. I love the song. Now, it's very important, people to understand about, Black, especially when you're dealing with George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor. You got lynchings throughout the United States. You had a lynching in South Africa. So to hear that song is just a positive message we need to hear right now. Not the bling bling, not the woman with the bikini, not the drugs, not the black on black violence. We talking about what is going on, because our people, they're out there fighting for liberation, independence. So in this struggle, to hear that song, that is everything they need. That's like an anthem for them, to get out there in the streets while they're protesting, while they're actually trying to vote, while they're actually trying to build wealth. Please dive into that song right there. That's a powerful song. And that song reminds me similar to Styles P, I'm Black, that came out in 2006.
Well, man, thank you so much, man, for the kind words about the joint. The crazy part about Black is that I wrote it a year ago. Wow. And yeah, when we put out the press release for the video, I felt like it was important for me to say that, only because it's like, wow, I wrote this song a year ago, and now instead of things getting better, it got worse. It's like now the song is more relevant and, you know what I'm saying, speaks to exactly what's going on. And these are lyrics that I created a year ago. So in my heart, it kind of hurt a little bit, because it's like, wow, we got worse. Like, you know what I'm saying? From even the time that I originally wrote this song, that and another record on the project called The Procedure, where I spoke about police brutality and just speaking about race relations in our country. And I just think it's an important record, man, just because it's what we going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we have a platform for. This is what the music is supposed to be for. Speak on what's going on. Let our voices be heard. Don't, like, how many party records can we hear? Life ain't a party for everybody. It's really not a party for none of us. We really just be partying, trying to ignore what the fuck really be going on. You know what I'm saying? But it's really like, these are the things that we should be thinking about, talking about, expressing. And for me, it was like, I had been just floored with the way that Black people is treated in this country. So, and I'm no politician or nothing like that. I'm just a dude that grew up in Flint, Michigan, that, a Black male that lives within this system and was, educated enough to see how messed up it is. You know what I'm saying? So, I never want to just make it like I'm a politician or anything like that, because I'm not. I'm an artist. I'm a regular person, just like everybody that's watching this right now. But it was so heavy on my heart just seeing how horrible Black people, we've been treated, and it's never changed. It's only been pacified. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's never been any significant changes to the way we've been treated. And Black was just my way of getting that frustration out, man. So, you know, it was a pleasure to make the song, but it was a little bittersweet because when you make records like that, you hope that it causes change for the better, you know?
Yes, yes, yes. And like I said, that song right there, that song is very important. I would like everybody to hear it. Please not only check out my reaction, just listen to the song. You're gonna love it. You're gonna be like, wow. And like one of my friends I was talking to 2 days ago, he said this is like the perfect time for the artists to use their platforms and releasing music like that, because everybody, looking for the messages, they're looking for the videos, they're looking for the motivational speakers, the people out there that's considered to be Black leaders, like what they saying. So people just need to, need fuel to keep going. Now,
absolutely. And last thing about Black, and aside from, of course, in that second verse, I tell that story about the cop and pulling me over, but also I wanted it to feel like a celebration of Blackness. I think that a lot of times, we have to deal with the fact that us growing up, all the superheroes was white. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in our history books is white. Everybody. So it was like, for me, more than anything, it was important to just be like, let's be proud of who we are. Let's be proud of the fact that we all get together at barbecues and we do the hustle. Let's be proud of the fact we all grew up in the hood where the girls do the double dutch and the patty cake games and all of that, where like, let's celebrate our culture. Let's stop like hiding or being ashamed of being Black. We Black and we proud of it. And it's a beauty of being Black. It's a beauty of the fact that you can put Black people in any type of situation and we're going to find the best out of it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to, like, we grew up knowing that, back when we were slaves, they gave us chitlins to eat and we made it a delicacy. You know what I'm saying? We grew up getting the worst things to eat and we made something positive out of it. We got through in ghettos and hoods and poverty, but look at that. There are the Dr. Dre's, the Jay-Z's, and the people that become billionaires and they was born in poverty. Look at all of the artists within hip-hop and acting, and we come from these areas where we started really not even at the starting point. We started behind the starting point trying to get to the finish line. So it's like, I want us to celebrate that. There's nothing to be ashamed of about being Black. I think that it's a gift. I think that it's one of the dopest things in the world that Black people as a collective, we can take negative shit and we can make the most out of it. We are kings and queens, and that record was just to celebrate what we are and who we are. We are the strongest beings walking. You can put us in any situation, and like think about that. We used to be slaves, and now there are Black billionaires. So it's like, our story is one that should be celebrated. We should be proud of it. We should embrace our Blackness, and we should celebrate it, man.
most definitely, everything you're saying. I agree 100%, y'all. He's telling the truth. He's telling the truth right here. He has the platform today. And the next track, I love this track right here, the Cypher. This is pure hip hop. Pure hip hop. You have terminology, Chris Webby. Love Daylight.
Yeah, yeah.
Your artist, Ace Gabbana.
Yep, Ace Gabbana, yep.
Okay, Sister Tour, which is also featured on
Black, yep.
And Afro.
Yes.
Love that track right there. I love that track. When you put that track together, did you know exactly these are the artists I'm going to actually bring to this track, or it just happened? Maybe this artist, maybe this artist.
When I do features, it's all the time. It's organic. Okay. It's people that I actually know and that I have respect for, and like just like with Kelly Price on the intro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my sister. I love Kelly Price. I'll punch somebody in the face for Kelly Price. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like with just all of the people that's on the project, I have genuine relationships with them. Except I had just met Afro when I reached out to him to do the feature. So, but since then we've built such a beautiful relationship as well. But it was like, what I wanted to do, that song, the Cypher, is just, I miss hip hop. I miss when hip hop felt like that. And I didn't, and what a great thing about being an independent artist and owning my own label and producing my own stuff is that I don't have any handcuffs on me or restrictions. I can do whatever I want to do. If I want to make a 12-minute song with niggas spitting, like, you know what I'm saying? The whole time, I could do it. It's like, I just love the freedom of being able to create whatever I want to. And so for me, I wanted to show that You know, you got all of these different artists that come from different places. Kid Vicious, who was on the joint, he's from Detroit. Then you got Chris Webby's from Connecticut. Then you got Daylight is from Watts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm from Flint, and Ace is from Flint. So it's like all these different MCs. There is diversity in being a lyricist. You know what I'm saying? All of these different spices that came together to make a beautiful record. I wanted to celebrate that. I wanted to take it back to, you know, the hip hop joints I used to love hearing on the radio when I would hear 93 to Infinity, or when I would hear these, you know what I'm saying, just joints that embodied hip hop, just a smooth track, and then catch this spitting and giving they all, and then us just showing unity and coming together, all for the sake of just good hip hop music, of bars, that there's still, well, for one, an audience out there for it, and that we could all come together, celebrate each other, and just make something magic, man.
Beautiful, beautiful. Like I said, man, that track right there is beautiful. It's well put together. Um,
Thank you.
you're welcome. You're very welcome. Speaking about record labels, you're an independent artist.
Yeah.
There's people right now watching this, maybe want to get into the game. Will you recommend going the label route, or starting yourself doing you know, the Booker T. Washington route?
Yeah, you know, I would say it all depends on the individual. It all depends on what success is to you. It all depends on the type of art that you want to make. So I think that is different for every individual. You know, a major label might be ideal for some people, you know, depending on the type of music they want to make, and what their idea of success is. I know for me, I truly love independent. You know, there are no shackles. You don't have to answer to anybody but yourself and your spirit and God. You know what I'm saying? And you can do whatever it is that you want to do. And the people that rock with you, you know that they genuinely rock with you. They're not rocking with you because marketing dollars got, you know, put into you, and your imagery got shoved down their throat. It's like, these are, you know, the people that mess with you, they genuinely love you, and they're going to love you forever. They're going to support you. They're going to buy the merch. They're going to buy the album. And every time you drop, you have a fan base of people that's going to rock with you, and they really want to see you win. They want to see you feed your family off of what you do, as opposed to sometimes when you're on a record label, you know, you're a product. They don't look at you as a human being. You're a product that's to be sold, and if it don't sell, then they could really care less how you feed yourself or your family. So for me, it's like, you know, starting this company with me and my partner Mateen Cleaves and my dog Stan Stepp, shouts to Steve Claybrook. What we want to do at All Varsity Music Group is, we care about the artists. At the end of the day, with like a Ace Cabana or Joy Melody, or the other artists that we have, Joey Alana, the artists that I'm working with, we want to set them up to where they're straight for life, that they can pay their bills from music, that they can feed their kids from music. We have a family atmosphere, and we care. A lot of times it's so business in those buildings of major labels that it's like nobody gives a fuck whether you understand the business or not, how you spend your money, if you save your money, whether you end up broke. And I you know, I'm just not for that. I'm not for, you know, if I can get money with you, then I love you, but if I can't get no money with you, then fuck you. I'm not that type of person. I have too much care for human beings and artists, man. So I would just say it all depends on the individual, man.
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. How do you feel about the current state of hip hop right
I think that current state of hip hop, I think that the world is kind of in an interesting place right now, and I think that we're seeing hip hop go through another transitional phase, and I'm kind of interested to see what hip hop sounds like on the other side of all of these heavy issues we dealing with, like COVID and the race relations and police and the next election and all of that. I think that we, at the time of this interview right now, I feel like we transitioning into something else. So I think we should do another interview too, like some months from now, because I think that's when the new hip hop will start to show its face.
there? Y'all have it. I promise y'all, he's gonna come back. Thank
Absolutely,
you,
man.
thank you, thank you,
Absolutely.
thank you. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I was gonna tell you at the end, but I'll just say it now. Like, you always welcome to come on my channel. You use my platform to say anything
Thank
you
you.
want to say, and I'll just sit back. Like, go ahead. I want you to, you know, reach the people and your fans. They deserve this. Your fans right now are just happy. Like, oh my God, he's talking. That makes them everything. So, like I said, I do this for the people and for your fans and for you, because I care about your platform. I care about supporting another black man, their business. I'm always about that, you know. So,
Thank you, bro.
my pleasure, my pleasure. Now, about to make it kind of a little funny right now, but you know,
Okay.
entertaining. Sports. Who are some of your favorite teams? Let's start with basketball and maybe some basketball players.
You know what? Because I'm not, man, I used to be heavy in the hoops, right? But in my older age, man, I kind of fell off. So this is gonna be biased just because, man, Draymond Green is my brother. So you know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Golden State, man.
Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Football.
Football, not really up on football.
Okay, I haven't been watching football ever since Kaepernick situation when he was starting.
Right.
So I'm gonna get to that though, but you know, it's okay though. Boxing. Do you have any current favorite boxers right now you follow or keep on tabs on?
See, I'm gonna give you just cliche answers. For one, I gotta shout out my brothers, Andre and Anthony Durrell, like you know what I'm saying, the Durrell brothers,
Yes.
and also my sister Clarissa Shields. You know what I'm saying? Come on, I'm from Flint, man. What you want from
Yes.
me,
Yes.
baby?
That's one thing I love about Michigan, the Detroit, Flint area. Y'all will ride, and I love that.
Yeah.
Especially, what's his name from Detroit? He just lost against Charlo. Damn, Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison. Yeah, I love his stance and how he feel. It makes me feel so good to see somebody put their city, put their state on their back. I love that.
Absolutely.
MMA.
Uh I'm not knowledgeable enough on MMA.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Marvel or DC?
Oh man, there you go. Now you talking my language. You see all that in the background? Now
Yes.
you talking my language, man. I told you I was a nerd, man.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? So for me, this is what's interesting about it, right? DC has my favorite hero, which is Batman.
Okay.
I love Batman. I love the villains in Batman. I love everything about Batman. But my favorite universe as a whole is Marvel. Because the Marvel roster is so deep. Spider-Man, X-Men, Fantastic Four, Blade, you Iron Man, Thor, X Factor. I'm talking about the roster is so deep, like beyond Batman over at DC. I don't really care nothing about nobody else at DC but Batman. But with Marvel, I care about damn near the whole roster.
Yes, yes, and I got my Black Panther shirt on.
Oh, I see. I got, man, I don't know if you can see it, but I got Iron Man tattoo right here.
Oh crap!
I got the bat signal right here, and I got Iron Man right there.
Dang, that's tight as hell.
Yeah, man.
That's tight as hell. Okay, that's cool. I'm glad you talked about that. Like I said, shout out. You know, and I can't wait to Disney Plus, excuse me, release the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and Black Panther too. Shout out to Ryan Coogler. I can't wait till he's taking his time.
Yes, Ryan Coogler, super cool dude. And also, I'm looking forward to the Batman. I'm interested.
Yes, I'm definitely. Ooh, yes. You definitely.
I hope it's in the same universe as the Joker movie that just came out. Because if it is, it's gonna be crazy.
Yes. Oh my God, I love that movie right there, The Joker. Yes.
Me too.
Yes. Okay. Now we got the protesters. You know, racial inequality. How do you feel? You know, the movement now is 2020. You know, we had our ancestors, 1965, maybe we can go early 60s, late 50s, civil rights movement. We can go Black Power movement dealing with the Black Panthers Party, Huey P. Newton, Kwame Ture. We can go Fred Hampton Sr., that period. Now, we fast forward 50 years later. Where we at? It's a new movement again. How you feel about this right now?
I asked my mother while we were watching the protests on TV, and I just was talking to her about, you know, what does she see any significant differences between what she saw growing up when these same images was on TV and now. You know, it's just so interesting how history kind of repeats itself. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that the changes that we're looking for aren't for the moment. I hope we aren't being pacified for the moment. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gives a donation here, and somebody posts Black Lives Matter on a television network, and then a year later it's back to the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just hope that these changes that seem like they're on the rise, I hope they're here to stay. And that's my biggest concern. And I hope that all of the artists and entertainers and everybody, I hope that they keep speaking up. I hope that this is not a fad, that being black and being proud to be black is a fad. Like I said, I wrote that song Black a year ago, meaning I wake up every day and love my black skin. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like I said in that song, that doesn't mean I hate or dislike other races, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, I love being black. But I think that this pride in being black should be something that's instilled in us for forever. It should, and that shouldn't just be like it shouldn't just be like because we're riding for this particular topic for the moment. And what I mean by that is, I think that, okay, black men in the business world, all of them times that you probably was hating on your colleague trying to get that raise or something, chill out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's your brother. You know what I'm saying? All the time you was down talking, all the women that be down talking each other and hating on each other, check yourself. This black pride thing should exceed just hashtag Black Lives Matter. No, this is a challenge to all the people in the music industry, black executives and black label owners. You know what I'm saying? I'm challenging them. Teach these young artists that you know are coming into the game that don't understand the business. Like, you know what I'm saying? I challenge them to teach them so that they can feed generations. A lot of times in the entertainment business and show businesses, it's not my business to teach you business. That's bullshit. It is your business to teach a younger person business. That's why you have the knowledge and information so that can be passed on and passed down. So I think that this black pride that everybody has right now, it should infiltrate every aspect of your life. It should infiltrate what you post about on social media. It shouldn't be all of this hating that people be doing on each other on social media. I think that it should infiltrate your mindset in just dealing with black people on an everyday basis. Like, black people, we so quick to walk by each other and mean mug each other. How about just saying, hey, how you doing? My mom's always tell me back when she was growing up, that's what it was back then. When you see an older person, you salute them. You say, hey, how you doing? When you see a fellow black person in the street, you don't just walk by and act like you too much. You speak to them. You say hi. We all going through this together. It's something Neely Fuller said. He said, when a black person see another black person in the street, you should be so nice to them that you almost like Mr. Rogers when you see them in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that. So that's what I hope comes out of all of this. That I had such a good time at Juneteenth the other day. Just seeing so many black people just come together and wasn't no fighting, wasn't no craziness. Let's keep that going. Let's have this be the starting point to a whole new way of thinking and train of thought of how we embrace each other and treat each other, man.
Yes. I definitely agree with you that 100%. Thank you for all that information and knowledge. You educated me. I love to hear that right now. Thank you. Like
it's love, man.
It's love. I can put you in this elite category, and this is because this is how I look at you. Talib Kweli, Dead Press, Killer Mike, the list can go on and on and on. Black Thought, not just by being a great lyricist, my song, but y'all are the epitome of blackness. And I really appreciate y'all, how y'all actually educating and you actually being a mentor, you're being a vanguard for black people in this world. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So that's an honor. Have you ever traveled to Africa or any country throughout the African diaspora?
I want to, man. I got a homeboy who went to Africa and he told me it was so beautiful. So that's on my bucket list, man.
Okay, so shout out. So hopefully you get a chance to go soon. I've been to a couple of countries and it's a beautiful thing, man. So it's
really
a humbling experience. It makes you want to go back. I'm already thinking right now getting dual citizenship. Like, I'm that serious because you know, I have to think about not just doing things here, but I got to think about the future and building a bridge and closing that gap between the brothers and sisters and actually working with them. So I know
absolutely
I have a mission to do before I even make my transition one day. So that's
absolutely
what I'm working on. Top 5 rappers, MCs of all time, and why?
It's 6 people in my top 5, and I'm
okay.
sorry. I can't.
That's perfect.
I came to grips with that, man. And I can't change it, dog. You ready?
Yes.
all right, I'm going, and this is no particular order.
Okay.
Jay-Z,
Okay.
Biggie, Pac, M and Nas, M and Nas.
Mm-hmm.
There go that's the 6 people that's in my top 5, man.
Okay. Okay. For sure. Thank you. I know that people wanted to hear that. Um, any rappers you would like to work with in the future if you haven't got a chance with?
Wait, did I say Wayne? Wait, Tupac, Biggie, Eminem, Jay-Z, Nas, Wayne.
Okay.
There
Look.
we,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Thank you.
Wayne was the 6th one. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Any rappers you wanna you're looking forward to working with in the future you haven't got a chance to work with yet?
Anybody that's just got a good spirit, positive vibes, and if we organically like connect like that, that's how I move. You know what I'm saying? I move, man. Just I try to just stay moving through the spiritual realm, man. Whoever is I'm supposed to collaborate with, it'll happen. But shit, because I don't want to just give that would sound like a really generic answer. But you know what I'm saying? So let me see if I can try to give you bro, I'm Kanye West raised me, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as musically, like, you know what I'm saying. So of course, just to sit in the studio with him and just soak up game from him would be crazy. But man, just anybody if it happened organically, man, I'm down to work with any and everybody, man.
Okay, cool. Um, Hip hop right now, like I said, entrepreneur, businessman, artist, producer. Where you see yourself post hip hop, as far as like, you know what, I finished doing the mic, you know, or you see yourself behind the boards more, you see yourself more management, more ownership.
Absolutely, man. Like I'm gonna do like SOS is gonna be a 4-part series, right? But
Oh
it's like,
wow.
yeah. So SOS is 1 through 4, and then that series is gonna culminate with a project called Loveland. So, like, but just with that being said, that's where my mind is at. Like I said, I started off as a producer. I get more enjoyment out of watching other artists, you know what I'm saying, create and seeing their reactions to putting the hard work in the studio and making dope records, man. I've always loved that part of it. I'm not a self gratification type dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get real weird when people give me compliments too much, because it's like I like seeing other people do stuff. So it's like, yeah, in the future, it's gonna be more so me stepping into that producer role, that CEO role. Like I say, writing movies and scoring movies is what I want to do. I'm always gonna be on the mic, but it's like I want to really go deep with my all varsity music group and create another rap dynasty. I feel like my city, Flint, we've never just had a run like that. Like, you know, New York has had a run, and Houston had a run, and Miami had a run. You know what I'm saying? Compton had a run. Chicago had a run. Everywhere then had a run. And I feel like Flint, we have never just had those back to back to back to back to back. Just had that established like run where it was like, yo, Flint came through, and I want to try to create that for my city, man, through through my company, Varsity Music Group, man.
Well, everything you saying is already manifested, so I already know it's going to happen. You
Thank
spoke into
you.
existence, and I'm going to make sure whatever I can do on my end, please, I will help promote, just get it out there, because people like you and other great artists that's actually carrying them not just for the people, but the message to plant those seeds in the mind to actually, you know, help navigate people on their paths. Y'all deserve this. Y'all deserve this lane, and
Thank
you
you.
know, so my pleasure. Colin Kaepernick. I know, you know, all the stuff that's been going on since he was in the NFL. He was blackballed off the NFL. Now, oh, now we understand what you're talking about.
Right.
What do you think about that when they say that now?
Um, I salute Colin Kaepernick for taking a stand when it wasn't a popular thing to do. I salute him for being genuine in his cause and his stance for, you know, right over wrong. And I salute him to the fullest, man. And I hope that God blesses him 10 times over. You know what I'm saying? You know, because now, like you said, it's easy for everybody to jump on the bandwagon. Not that it's the cause right now, but he was doing it before it was cool to do. So I just pray for him, man, and I salute him, and I hope that God blesses him with all the desires of his heart, man, because he deserves it, man.
I support him. I love everything he's doing. That's why I stopped watching NFL because I said I'm a ride with him. I'm in solidarity with Kaepernick, and I've really been that serious of just not watching football. Yes, I've probably been to some of my friends' house and the game was on, but I wasn't doing all that. I'm like just
Right,
talking to them and I'm playing dominoes and I don't even know like when it was the Super Bowl. I didn't even know who was playing. Oh, they in the Super Bowl.
right, right.
Yes,
Yeah,
I was
me
over there.
neither, man.
Yeah, I was over there. I won a Super Bowl square, but at the same time, I was just there for the social aspect. I didn't care more just no, like nah, But
Right.
I'm standing with Kaepernick in solidarity. I care for him, everything he's doing, and I'm proud of him because it takes somebody that strong to do that. I mean, he could have easily just been like, nah, I'm just gonna keep my money, but I'm just thankful to have somebody like that because all the threats he's taken from all these terrorist domestic terrorist groups. It's just and he still stands tall, and he doesn't matter to him, and he don't have to debate nobody. He's doing what he needs to do, and also shout out to Kaepernick for actually using his org to bail out protesters in Minneapolis.
Mm,
That was beautiful right there.
that's
That was
beautiful.
very beautiful right there for him to do. That's why I tell people he's about action. He ain't about talking. He's about action. Um,
Absolutely.
I know we in the pandemic. Are you going to be touring soon? I mean, as far as when things kind of
Well, yeah, man. When all
normal.
this is over, I can't wait to get back on the road, man.
Okay.
I cannot wait. I can't. I've been talking in the studio a lot about that. I can't wait, man.
Okay, no problem. Like I said, if you ever come to LA, I'm definitely gonna have to come buy a ticket. I want to make sure I can get my feel the good.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
support.
Absolutely, bruh.
You know what I'm saying? So that would be beautiful. I think more of like the last question of anything, and after the last question, I'll just talk to you
Mhm.
after the what you call it, the interview. What would you like to tell your fans, people that never heard of you till now? Anything you want to tell them? Go ahead.
Man. Well, first of all, I appreciate y'all for watching this interview and taking an interest, you know what I'm saying, in anything that I'm saying right now. I appreciate it. I truly do. And please make sure y'all go check out my project SOS. I'm an independent artist, own my own independent company. So it's like I appreciate every single supporter. I appreciate every single person that gives a ear to the music and listens to the music. You know what I mean? So it's like I truly appreciate you. Like honestly, I really do. And I guess I would just say, let my story motivate you in whatever it is in your journey, man. That it's not over unless you quit. So just don't quit. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Don't look for your blessings to come from man. Your blessings gonna come from where they always came from, and that's the Most High. So it's like, man, listen to SOS. I hope it inspires you, motivates you to keep going in whatever your journey is and whatever it is that you're doing. And if you like SOS, we got more content coming for you. And just so you know, too, we got the documentary coming out, The Road to Legendary, and it tells my entire story up until this point. My whole life, I was walking around with a camera in my hand, documenting my life. So it
Wow.
starts with, it's a 5-part docuseries, and it starts with me starting rapping in high school, goes to my underground years, shows my aftermath years, then it shows my days leaving Aftermath and starting my own company, All Varsity Music Group. So the Road to Legendary docuseries is on the way. We're probably gonna drop that, I believe, in the next couple weeks. We got my artist Ace Cabana. I produced this whole album from top to bottom, executive produced by me and my man Mateen Cleaves and All Varsity Music. And then after that, I think I'm gonna drop a mixtape out of nowhere just to keep people engaged.
Yeah.
And then SOS 2 is coming, and then the All Varsity Music Group compilation. So we just gonna keep hitting y'all with content, and we just want to give y'all content. We want to give y'all an alternative. If you know what I'm saying, if you're not pleased with what's going on radio and with videos and the music that's constantly being jammed down your throat, man, we just here to give y'all a healthy alternative, man.
Okay. Not questions, but this is just great information I'm going to tell you. First, thank you about the documentary. Can we purchase that, or would that be available like on YouTube, or how can we get to that documentary?
Yeah, we're gonna do both, man. Right now I think we're going through a site that's gonna premiere it, and it'll be online But if you buy a physical copy of SOS, I think we're gonna get physical copies and put the docuseries on DVD. So the DVD will probably come with SOS when you buy the physical copy.
Okay, I'll make sure support you with that, and I can also do a
Thank you.
review about the documentary on my channel so people can know about that. Two, your artist. If I would love to interview him. I would love.
Oh, let's do it. Thank you.
Yeah, get him out there, get him some exposure.
Yes.
People would love to hear. You know, that's like I said, I'm for the people, so bring him. I don't need to have no disrespect to the top elite rappers that I love. That will be a blessing one day, but no, right now I want the people to know this is a platform from this. So whenever you want to get a chance, you talk to them, say, hey, King Kofi said, man, go ahead. We can set that up. We can definitely set that up. Three, when you drop the mixtape, I'll definitely do a review for that mixtape. Don't worry about that. I'll look out for you for that. But as far as social media platforms, can you give out your usernames to all your platforms, please?
Absolutely. Please follow me, y'all, at John Connor Music. That's everything. Twitter, Instagram. I think my Snapchat is John Connor Music too. I think it is. But yeah. Yeah, and that's JONCONNOR. A lot of people put ER, but it's JONCONNOR music, and that's all my social media sites.
Okay, and just to let everybody know, I will put all his information in the description as far as his social media platforms. I'll put his website and everything so y'all can check out his website, buy the physical copy if you want a physical copy. If you want to just purchase the album on all music platforms, Spotify, Apple.
Yep, Tidal, all of that.
Okay, I'll put all that information in there too. So just in case people might say I'm having a hard time, I'm going to do all that for you so they can have it there. If you just want to stream it, okay, stream it. That's fine. Or you want to check it out on YouTube, check it out on YouTube. Whatever. Just give him his blessings because, like I said, he's a lot of hard work he's put in. He did this for the people. He has a track on his album. It's called Thank You. Like he said, Kelly Price, and he's thanking all his fans and the people that supported him since day one. And they still was there waiting for him to drop something. And I was very thankful, man. I was like, he dropped something? I saw it on hiphopdx.com. I said, hold on. What? And I said, okay, when I get home, I'm gonna download it. Like I said, so I went to iTunes. And I put it, and I was trying to play, like, damn, somebody trying to talk to me. So I had to go take care of something. And the next day I said, I'm going to play it now. So I went to go work out at the park. This is before the gym could even open. So I'm at the park working out. I'm looking like, I'm like zoned out because I'm like, damn. But I'm trying to concentrate and work out. I'm like, yo, this is too much. Like, it's too much going on. I got to pause this. Man. I got to pause this because it's like everything you was saying, but it's making me not want to work. It makes me want to work out, but not work out. Then I was like, okay, hold up. Let me play another album. I need to sit down and listen. So what I did, I had to run some errands that day, and I played it in the car. I was like, my jaws dropped. I was like, wow. Like, and then my wife, she heard it that night because we went to her homegirl's house, and her husband was kicking with them, and she was like, who is this? And I told her, she was like, this is tight as hell. And she don't even like hip hop rap like that. She do. She do, but it's more like, yeah, okay, I listen to it to you. But she was like, this is an album right here. She said it, and I'm like, wow. So for her to say that, that tells me a lot. That tells me a lot. But,
tell her I said thank you, man.
I definitely will. But I just wanted to let everybody know, we thank you. We appreciate you for your interview, your time. I know you could have been doing something else, and that's a blessing in disguise. So the energy's always pushed from my way to your way, from around the world, from Los Angeles, California, representing. Like I said, we will have you back on here again. Your artist Ace Cabana and whoever else you feel on your label, bring them. We will interview them. And till next time, everybody, peace and blessings.
Love.